Back on Primetime Local News to talk sports, but on the pro side of things with Josh and Buck. Hockey playoffs have been a madhouse, it feels like. And it's not uncommon to see lots of upsets in hockey, but this seems a little ridiculous.
Nothing like the first round, where you have all 4 division winners. You have the President's Trophy winner, doesn't even win a game in the opening round. I don't think anybody would have thought this. Nobody would have thought this in Calgary, Winnipeg, Nashville, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh. Nobody would have thought this. Is it great for the game? You know what's going to happen? There's going to be discussions during the offseason. Exactly, does the alignment for the NHL playoffs work? And if you're in Pittsburgh, if you're in Tampa Bay, you're saying no. If you're in Columbus and you're, New York Islander fan, it's great. So I think there's going to be a lot of debate during the offseason of what should change, if anything does.
I think it's fair to say that in the moment, this is really cool because the upsets are getting you headlines. It maybe hurts you that you don't have, in theory, 2 or 3 of the best teams playing in spring. And as the one thing about basketball is, unpredictable as it is, when a really great basketball team doesn't make it in the NBA, that ends up being a ratings hurt for the NBA.
And it's a ratings, who's kidding who? If you're Rogers in Toronto, on those big tall buildings in downtown Toronto, the Maple Leafs losing out, there's probably guys diving off the 10th floor because it ain't a good thing. But it's a ratings killer. But if you look at the NBA, I can almost guarantee you Golden State's going to be in the final. I don't know who's going to play against them, but Golden State. In the NFL, New England will be in the Super Bowl, just don't know who they're playing against. So in the NHL, you can't say who's going to be in the Stanley Cup final.
You really can't. We might have a little bit later on who might be in that final against the Warriors on the NBA side of things. But to stick with hockey really quickly on the NHL awards, before we get kind of into all of the different awards, the main one, which is the main topic, of course, the Hart Trophy, Crosby, Kucherov, McDavid. A little bit of debate as to whether McDavid should have been nominated.
Does a guy get nominated for the Hart Trophy for a team that didn't make the playoffs? And I know Oilers fans, well, if we didn't have him, what would we have? Well, you'd be a lot worse, you know, and you still wouldn't make the playoffs. So I don't think he should. He's a great player, get it. He's the best player on the planet, yeah, probably. But should he win the Hart? No. What Cooch did in Tampa Bay was phenomenal. If he doesn't get it, that's a crying shame.
And I'm still on the camp of I think Mark Giordano should have won the Hart Trophy. Not just nominated, I think he should have won, but I'm obviously a Calgary homer. You think Gio wins the Norris?
Should. Oh, yeah. If he doesn't win it, there's something wrong.
Okay. And are there any other award finalists that stood out to you that you want to touch on?
Well, I think the Calder, there's a debate with the young goaltender in St. Louis, Bennington. He's had a great season, but he didn't really have as long as a season as Pettersson in Vancouver.
Right.
So Pettersson should win at Vancouver, but what that goalie did in St. Louis is phenomenal, and he's the reason why they are playing right now.
For sure. I got to say, though, as a Flames fan, it hates me to say this, but Pettersson killed us a couple of times this season.
He did.
I got a first-hand view of that one. Another switch. Let's go back to the NBA, where the Toronto Raptors are looking really good. Is it fair to say, after this Game 1 win against Philly, fingers crossed, because Game 2 tonight, are they are they no longer officially the Raptors of old?
Wow, that's a tough one to answer. I say Leonard is making a difference and will make a difference, and they will get to the NBA final because of him.
All right, now we have to rapid fire the next thing. So about 15 seconds on the Toronto Blue Jays and Guerrero's debut.
Don't overlook everything. Don't say he's going to be the Rookie of the Year. Let the kid play. And it was funny. There was a poll out there, will he be the Rookie of the Year before he even took his first at-bat on Friday night? Just let the kid play.
And finally, let's get a quick look at tomorrow's show.
Tuesday night sports show live from the Canadian Brewhouse. Jeff Blair from Sportsnet. We'll talk about Vlad Jr. Also, we'll talk NHL playoffs with Wade Redden. And also, we'll be joined by Drew Remenda talking about the search for a GM with the Edmonton Oilers.
That is a very important search, indeed, that I'm sure many in this area will care about. Thank you, Buck, and thanks to you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of Primetime Local News.